So this is a look at the Janome Memory Craft 8200 QCP Special Edition sewing machine. My sewing machine came with presser feet, it came with the instruction manual, an extension table, a travel bag, a knee lifter, all kinds of great accessories. But let me give you a little closer look at my sewing machine. So, like I said, this is the Janome 8200 QCP Special Edition sewing machine. On the right side of the machine is where you'll find the hand wheel, the dual feed balancing dial, the drop feed lever, the power switch, the foot control jack, and your machine socket. This is the screen, the LCD screen. And here we are looking at the needle plate. And here I am plugging in the foot control or the foot pedal. You can use this machine with your foot pedal or without the foot pedal. You'll notice that the LCD display in the top right hand corner will display a little image of the foot pedal if you have it plugged in. If you do not have it plugged in, you will not see the pedal displayed there. This is the speed control slider here, the thread cutter, needle up down, the start stops button, which you would use if you're not using your foot control. Now this is inside the face cover of the sewing machine, and again at the top of the machine there are custom little slots for the different feet that come with the machine, a thread holder, your stylus pen goes in there, the foot pressure dial. What else do we have there? The thread take-up lever, you can see it at the top there. This is the needle area, needle plate. This is how you raise the presser foot and remove this little cover. That button, black button, just slides to the right to release that, and then you can take out your bobbin and replace it. Okay, I'm just going to replace the cover for my bobbin area on my needle plate. It just slides in and then push down and it snaps right into place. And then for the accessory storage, there's an accessory storage in the front. It has a lift out tray. It's got plenty of room for storing all the essentials that you want to keep handy. I keep my extra feet in here, extra bobbins, my seam ripper, my screwdriver, and then there's also a storage area in the back, and that is where I keep my walking feet, my quilting guide bars, my buttonhole maker, button-up sewing machine foot. Just keep a lot of extras back there that I don't use quite as often, but I want to keep handy. That's one of the AccuFeed feet that I purchased to go with my sewing machine, and my handy screwdriver that I keep right on top here, or you can store it underneath in the accessory tray. But you do want to keep that screwdriver handy. You'll use it to change out your needle, change out your feet. And you'll notice here on the left side, you just grab a hold of that accessory tray and pull it out away from the sewing machine. Now, this will expose the sewing machine bed, but it will also allow you to use the extension table. And here's just another look at those compartments, the accessory storage. Now we'll set that aside, and here's what the machine looks like without the accessories on there. Now, if I want to release that needle plate, right here is the lever. You just push down on it, and it will pop the plate up, and you just slide it right out. You can clean the dust out or change out your bobbin case, whatever you need to do. When you put your bobbin case back in, just make sure the red dot on the case is lined up with the red dot on the machine. Just moving some thread out of the way. Then to put the needle plate cover back on, it just slides in, and then there's a little dot area on the plate right there, and you just push down on that kind of firmly until it locks into place. And that's how easy it is to remove and replace the needle plate. Now, the presser foot has two raised levels. You can press it up, pull it up to the first position, and it will raise your presser foot to a normal level. But there's also a second position that will raise your presser foot up even higher. I use this a lot, especially if I'm doing some quilting or working with thicker fabrics. It's just really great. I love that additional height. So now let's take a look at the extension table. The extension table just slides into place. It has these 6 height adjustable legs, so you can get it to be perfectly level for your work surface. And it's great when you're working with larger projects, like when you're quilting or you're piecing or anything that needs a little bit larger work surface than just the bed of your sewing machine. Now this is the knee lifter. It literally just slides in. There's a little groove on the end right there. There's a little groove, a notch, I guess, and you just line that up with the hole that it slides into, push it in until it's all the way in, and then it's a hands-free way to raise. See there? It's a hands-free way to raise the presser foot. This is great when you just need to move fabric around a little bit, or when your hands are busy holding your fabric in place, like when you're quilting or piecing or working with a bigger project, it's really nice to have that knee lifter. Now these are the different stitches available that are pre-programmed into the machine. And take note of this red rectangular area. Those are for your straight stitch only. Those, you will have to have your straight stitch needle plate in your machine, and then those are the only stitches you can do when you have the straight stitch needle plate in your machine. And then these are the different stitches, decorative stitches and alpha characters and numbers that you can do. They're really easy to program. And you can use the stylus that's in your machine, or you can use your finger. The stylus is kind of nice because you can, it, the machine responds really well to it, and then your fingers aren't in the way. So if you want to do a stitch in mode 3, you just press the mode button until mode 3 appears in the top left. And then you would type in or punch in the number of the stitch that you want. So I want mode 2, stitch 22. In most of the stitches, you can increase or decrease the width and the length of those stitches. So it's really nice. And then you just press the clear button to reset all of that. There's also a lockout feature, which is great for like when you're changing your sewing machine needle or doing some kind of maintenance in there and you don't want to accidentally stitch over your finger. And there are some pre-programmed stitches in the bottom of this screen. You'll see if you press the second one, it will move the needle to mode 1, stitch 4, which is in the left position. There's a zigzag stitch in the middle for the third, and a scant 1/4 inch. So mode 1, stitch 6, you can see here. You could enter those in manually, but because they're such commonly used stitches, they are right there handy where all you have to do is tap on the screen. And then there's the handy little storage where you can put your stylus away. And these are just a few of the feet that came with my Janome sewing machine. Sorry about that. They each have their own purpose. This is one of the free motion feet. And they have the custom little storage compartment there. This is for a thread spool pin holder. If you want to have a vertical spool of thread, or it's really handy if you're winding up some bobbin in the middle of your project or anything like that. So here you can see that I have my foot pedal plugged in. So let's unplug it. And then you'll see that the little foot pedal disappeared off of the top right corner of the LCD display. And then in order to sew without the foot pedal, you just press the start and stop button. Now the slider will determine the speed at which you stitch. You can make it go slower, somewhere in the middle, or as fast as you want. And that is true for whether you're using the pedal or you're doing it the pedal without the pedal. And here's the sewing machine all set up with the extension table. And that is just the basic overview of the Janome 8200 QCP Special Edition Memory Craft sewing machine. If you have questions about this machine, please leave them in the comments below and I will be glad to answer them. I just love this machine and I can't recommend it enough. If you found this video tutorial helpful, please like it, subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified when there are new tutorials made available. And if there's something particular you'd like to see about the Janome 8200, please leave that in the comments below too, and I'll try to get that posted for you. Thank you.